I apologize if I am again a little lackluster in energy and whatnot. I appear to have gotten relatively ill just today. I don't
Oh my
remember feeling
God.
anything. Yeah, I woke up this morning with just like a little kind of pressure in my nose, like not even stuffed up or anything, just that kind of feels like a cold's
Yep.
coming on. But it wasn't very strong. It's like sometimes you wake up after sleeping and stuff has pooled, whatever. Um, and felt fine throughout the day. And then as it kept going on, I just kept feeling more and more exhausted. And then I got home and I took a shower and I walked out and I'm like, it's in my nose. I'm like, I don't like it.
You're like, it's there. It's infested into my face, and
It
I don't
has,
like it.
yeah. So I'm hoping that our treats today can offer me some soothing relief. I don't know if that's how that works, but I've got the coolness, and then I made myself
I
a
don't
warm
know.
beverage.
I struggled today with our beverage.
Oh
I was
yeah.
I was looking it up, and the tea you sent is in one liquor store in like all of the
Oh,
Denver area.
I well,
So it's like, okay, I'm not. It was in the tech center, so that is like a solid 20 minutes without traffic
oh
south,
jeez.
and I live north. So I was like, I'm gonna just stop at a regular liquor store and just get some like Deep Eddies or something because it's a
Yeah,
tea. It's a tea vodka. Like that'll be fine. Oh no,
absolutely.
no. They do not have it. So it's like,
No.
okay, well, like maybe there's an alternative. No, they have no spiked tea of any sort that's not like a twisted tea, and I didn't want to
Oh
get a
no.
twisted tea. So I'm like, I feel like that defeats the purpose of what we're doing if I just get a twisted
Well,
tea.
yeah, I feel bad. Like I hope you didn't put yourself out too much because that the
No, I
tea
only
you
stopped at one store and was like, I'm
well,
done,
that's
and just
good.
like picked something.
Okay, good. Yeah, because like the tea isn't even really. We don't even technically need a drink this week.
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
we technically don't, but we went
yeah,
for it anyway.
I only really suggested that one because I had it anyways. I didn't mean to quite
No.
specify such a specific thing that I didn't realize would be hard to get.
I
Um,
think had I planned a little more, I could have like gone and gotten it yesterday, but I didn't until like today. So I was like, oh, I'll just get it on my way home. La da 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 da. And then I was like, this is disappointing me. Okay, so I just went with like vanilla whiskey because I
pretty,
figured that would go well with the treat.
yeah. It kind of reminds me of when I tried to find that whatever beer, Heineken or something. There's some beer I
Yeah.
was trying to find. Oh, Samuel Adams, just the
Yeah, the
regular
Sam Adams
Samuel
that
Adams.
was
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, and I couldn't find it for some reason. I went to two fucking stores and finally found it in like a different section that I didn't realize I was supposed to look in.
Weird.
I will attempt to keep my coughing to a minimum, but that will lead me to kind of jump right in for anyone who's curious about why the drink isn't really part of the thing this week. We got a fan pairing suggestion,
Yes.
and someone named Sam Main. She's got a really weird name. Last name
Dieter.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of obscure. I don't know where she must be from, like Norway or something. But she suggested pickles and vanilla ice cream, and I
Yes.
said what?
Yep.
And then
Sam, we
you
love you, but I'm questioning. I'm questioning.
well, I told a few people about it, and like the main thing that kept coming back to me, oh yeah, big pregnancy food kind of thing, and I'm like, well, I don't think that's an implication of anything other than an odd interest of treats. So I was like, that is like the only. I guess my point is that the only other like notable times that people had any kind of craving for that was during pregnancy. That's how
Yeah.
rare of a desire this seems to be. But
Yes.
we're gonna give it a go. I like pickles. I like vanilla ice cream. Sweet and salty has a tendency to work well. She also didn't specify if they're supposed to be together in any way, so I just have a jar of pickles and some ice cream.
I did some scoops of ice cream and topped it with pickles.
Oh my, bold.
Yes. I went all in.
Okay.
As I do with a lot of things. I just go for it. As my dad likes to say, I jump from the frying pan into the fire.
you don't just fall, you actually leap. You're like, well, this isn't hot enough. I'm going in.
Yeah, he says that to me a lot. He's like, don't jump from the frying pan into the fire. And I'm like, well, too late. It's happening.
Too late.
Usually it's in advice for, I'm like, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
screw you, Dad. I'm doing it.
A true, just, child of a parent.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You can't tell me what to do, Dad.
I'm like, but I want advice, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Smash cut to like you on a cell phone on the side of the road, and like the camera pans over as you're calling Dad, and like your car's down some ravine. That thing you told me not to try, I did
it.
And I'm not gonna say you were right, but can you please come and get me?
It has never been anything like that.
Well, that's good.
So, thank God for that. That has not happened.
He's never had to talk you down from ghost riding a whip?
No, he is not.
Good. Yeah.
I don't think I would get on one.
No, I don't recommend it. We sort of did that. I don't know if anyone involved would appreciate me telling this story, but when we were kids, it is. Because you can't do a setup like that and then not dive into the story.
I know. I need to know.
Yeah, it was me and Zach when we were really little. Honestly, one of my earliest memories, I was maybe 4. And we used to, it was just on the last stretch. For anyone who's unaware, the driveway back to our dad's house is this long, slightly windy gravel driveway. It's like probably half a mile. But
maybe.
We used to like pull into like off the road, and we would get just onto the gravel, and we would roll down the windows, and we would sit on the edge of the windows of the car doors and hold just like with our palms up, just sort of hold the top of the roof. And I mean, we're going like 10, 15 miles an hour, but we did that a bunch of times, and we would just cruise down the road. I mean, it would take like 30 seconds, feel the wind in your hair. It was great. And one time, I don't recall why, like what might have happened, but I completely lost my grip. I lost a few seconds of memory, and I woke up in the ditch next to our driveway. And I was like, what happened? Yeah. So, I grew up in the 80s. We did a lot of stupid shit. I'm not sure if that is it necessarily, but I am the kind of person who did not develop, at least past that point, any sense of thrill seeking. I'm like, I don't want to climb mountains. I don't want to do a wheelie on a motorcycle. Oddly enough, I do kind of want to do skydiving at least once. I don't know why that feels like it's in my wheelhouse, but
that I cannot do. I'm afraid of heights. I don't like them.
That's the weird thing. Me too. I don't like being up high. For whatever reason, the idea of jumping out of a plane doesn't somehow. I think it's the idea that like it's so high that I almost just can't even tell. Like I know how high it is, but my body doesn't get that reaction of like if you stand on a really tall building, you go to the top of the Sears Tower, which I don't think is the Sears Tower anymore. Anyway, and you look down and you get that feeling of vertigo. For whatever reason, I don't think I would feel like that on the plane. Although I say that now, and I feel like if I was actually up on the plane, I would be shitting myself. But
yeah, I went to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, wow.
And the only reason I did it, which I did quite a few things where it was like being in tall buildings. And
Mhm.
it was like, when am I ever going to do this again? I don't know, probably never. Like,
Mhm.
I'm going to just suck it up and do it anyway. So, like,
I have
I did
definitely used
that.
yeah, I've definitely used that justification to get myself to do things I didn't want to do a number of times. And I
Yeah.
almost never regret it, but
Yeah.
it's kind of amazing the things you can talk yourself into when you're like, well, when am I ever going to be able to do this again?
Yeah. Like, one of the things I did was, is called the Spinnaker Tower, which I
Mm.
actually have photos of this on, I think it's on Facebook, where it's in the UK and they have like a glass like thing you can step
Yeah.
onto.
Yeah.
I did that and I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
did it. And then I was like, and I'm done. That was it.
That would definitely be one of those things where I would get myself to do it, but I would not want to. I definitely wouldn't want to do
Mhm.
it again. Is that the same place that has the glass slide or like the plexiglass slide that goes out on the outside of the
No,
building?
that is a
Uh,
different one. And I
Okay,
think they also have that on like a cruise ship.
yeah, and there's also I don't know if it's a slide, but there's some kind of really high bridge or something that's on like a cliff face somewhere. I think in like Central Asia. But there's videos of people like dropping things off of it, and they have like a chicken wire sort of fencing thing so that like you can't really fall to your death, which is nice. But
Hmm.
the gaps are big enough that like if you drop your keys or your cell phone, that shit's
They're
gone
gone.
forever. Yeah, and there's some gifs and videos you can find where they like sit down because either they're scared or they're trying to get a certain angle for a picture. Phone slips out of a purse or a pocket and it just falls for eternity. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think I could do that. And it's not,
Yeah.
not for me.
And they have that on the Grand Canyon.
They
Um,
do?
yeah. I can't remember which side it's on. I think it's the east side of it. And you can
Hmm.
like go out. It's tons of people do it. I don't want to do it.
Oh, man.
The Eiffel Tower was enough for me because they have it so you go from like the bottom to like the big base.
Right.
And then you go up to the very top.
Well, because they have to do
You-
like separate like
It's a
lifts.
separate ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we did like the first part and then we're like, okay, like we're ready. We're going to go to the top. And it was the longest elevator ride I have ever been on.
Oh, I bet. Well, because aren't they still like the original elevators, or are they somewhat updated?
They're updated.
Okay, well that's
They're
good.
definitely not the original ones. No.
From like
They're
18 whatever.
updated. The doors are closed, so like you can't see going up like the whole time.
Oh, they don't even have
They're
windows?
like metal. Yeah, they don't have windows.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure
Because
if I'd
it's
like that or more or less.
yeah, but like you still feel like the going up part like you do in an
Mhm.
elevator. And if you've ever been in just like tall buildings and it beeps for the numbers, it starts to like beep really fast.
Oh, interesting.
So like it was like that, but it just went on for a very long time, which it to me it felt like a solid 5 minutes, but it was probably maybe a minute. But
Right, yeah.
it felt like forever. And then
It's
we were up there for like maybe 2 minutes and we're like, okay, I'm done.
I'm done.
This is enough for me. This is it.
Coincidentally, I just listened to a short video the other day of the guy who created the first parachute, or at the very least was like the guy who created the first thing that is anything close to like what we know as the parachute today. And he was so confident that this would work. He had tested it like jumping off of cliffs and like relatively short buildings, and he's like, no, we need a he like hurt his ankle and I think he broke his leg multiple times.
Oh my
And he's like,
God.
the problem is I'm not jumping high enough. And they're like, maybe let's put like a rock in it, like maybe you don't have to. And he's like, no, we have to test this with a human. And he's like, but maybe we can figure out a way to like just test the concept of it floating first, and then we can work on like human trials. But long story short, the way he tested it was going to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and they
jumping off.
yeah, they threw a piece of, which is also stupid because although it's probably the highest structure in the area at the time, because I think this is 1940 something, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's a curved structure. Like that just doesn't
Uh,
seem like the smartest thing to go off of. But they threw a piece of paper off, and it fluttered around, and then it just flew away. And they were all like, "Dude, boss, it's way too windy." He's like, "No, I must go."
oh God.
He apparently jumps off. His parachute fails immediately, and he just plummets to the ground and dies instantly. And they're like, "Well, we told him not to jump.
God.
We told him not to." And that's how parachutes were invented, with a very
Wow.
horrific death.
Damn.
Which isn't related to today's topic at all, but
No, still
always
somewhat horrifying though.
always a foot. We're on brand. We're staying on brand.
Horrifying things in nature.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we like to talk about. The people that do the dumb and horrifying things.
Yeah.
Without any further ado, what is our topic for this week?
We are talking about Lavinia Fisher.
Oh boy.
She is known as America's first female serial killer.
Which is creepy.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. And
Dun, dun.
for anyone who's curious, she is apparently known to be tea adjacent, so to speak,
Yes.
which is why we were talking about tea. But
Yes,
it's also just a nice soothing drink.
It is a nice soothing drink. I enjoy a good cup of tea.
Yeah, me too.
It's just good for the soul.
And I was just felt coincidental that like I started feeling crappy this morning, and I'm like, well, I'm glad that we're drinking like something kind of warm and soothing.
Yeah.
My throat needs it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That is why I am a fan of hot toddies when I'm sick, because you have like the lemon and the honey, and that's very soothing with the hot tea. And then you add like a little bit of that whiskey in there, and you sleep like a baby.
Absolutely. I was gonna try to make one of those, but then I realized I'm like, I don't know where any of the shit is. I just need to make something.
Yeah. You can always make it before you go to bed. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our sources for today are legendsofamerica.com, allthat'sinteresting.com, and our favorite, Wikipedia.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Wikipedia. Thanks, guys.
I will use nothing less. All right. So Lavinia Fisher. Once upon a time, she was born in 1793. And that is all we know. The end. I'm kidding.
That's the story. Thanks, guys.
Story. No, not much is known about her early life at all. They don't know when she was born in 1970 or in 1793, just that was when she was born. That's it. But that also explains early life in the Americas and early life for women in the Americas. Less important.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, you're not wrong. It's just sad.
It is sad. Well, yeah. I mean, she is very well known, but like, I feel like unless you are a historical figure to the equivalent of like Betsy Ross, people don't know that stuff about you. And it's not the worst thing, not the greatest, but we press on.
We do indeed.
But we do know that Lavinia was married to John Fisher in sometime, I am guessing late teens, early 20s at the very latest, because late 20s or early 20s is like pushing it. So
yeah, I was gonna say, because it's the olden times, it's back in history.
At 25, you're a spinster if you're single. So
right, yeah, just the worst.
The worst.
Hates the past.
Together, they owned an inn, which was called the 6 Mile Wayfarer House, which they managed and ran together.
Could maybe revamp the title a little bit, but okay. I mean, it's a little literal. Feels a little on the nose, but You know what you're getting.
Yeah, so they called it that because the hotel was 6 miles north of Charleston, South Carolina.
You got
So it's kind of like a landmarker almost. It's six
yeah,
miles, so you know how far away you are.
right. You have to admire a named place that is both what it is and its location. So it's
Yeah,
like it's easy to find, and we have what you need. We're an inn.
yeah. And the Fishers were considered a very well respected couple in the community,
Oh yeah.
albeit a pillar of the community.
Oh my yes.
Aren't they all?
Oh yes. They run the inn. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
it's a very good inn. Oh my.
They were also considered a pretty attractive couple,
Oh, do tell.
which, Lavinia definitely used to her advantage in flirting with the male patrons of their hotel. As
Just
one does.
pulling up her petticoat and revealing just a smidge of ankle. And be like,
Ankle.
come down here, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, what's that? My ankle bone.
Oh,
Oh, scandalous.
oh my, you might see a wee bit of calf if I go too far.
It actually makes me think of the song Masters of the House in Les Mis.
Yeah.
She's like flirting with all of the men and she's like stealing their money from underneath their noses.
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, poor me.
I mean, again, it's back in ye old times. You got to do whatever you can, man.
You do what you can to survive.
Mm.
Now, while the couple was running the inn, a few people went missing in the Charleston area.
Oh,
I know. Which,
scandal.
I mean, it is also the olden times in that, like, you could walk outside and get dysentery, so...
just like that.
You just get, like, kicked by a horse too hard, and you're like, that's the end of Mr. Smith over there.
The wind blows just a little too hard. Oh, damn it, dysentery wind.
No.
Not the breeze we call it the breeze of the britches. Oh, got me again.
I mean, and I think smallpox was going around this time too, so,
Yeah, there's always smallpox.
There's always smallpox, just,
It's all, it's always a little, there's a little bit, yeah. I listened to a video about that a little while ago, and they're like, if they had even just a little bit more medical knowledge, like they didn't even necessarily need a vaccine, but like the problem with smallpox is that it had this tendency to like go around the whole region in waves, and they're like, if they could have just separated each other enough, they could have cut off its ability to like move around. And they're like, but no, people were just so dumb. There's all of this humors
they did have a
talk
vaccine though. That was like the first invention of the vaccine was because of smallpox, which we can talk about another time because I find it very interesting.
It is. It's a very interesting thing. I'm just saying people were dumb.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't know to raise the hemlines of skirts until like I want to say they didn't do that for like another 100 years because they didn't realize that spreads tuberculosis.
Wait,
from like
your
because it's like your clothing dragging on the dirty ground.
Oh.
And you touch your clothing.
Yeah, we should
you touch your face.
We'll have to do a whole episode of like dumb medical stuff from the past. But I honestly thought you were making is just some kind of like style thing reference, whatever. I didn't realize it literally
it actually like
tuberculosis.
Stopped tuberculosis.
That is fascinating. Holy shit.
It is fascinating.
It's amazing.
Thank you, John Green, for that fact.
Oh yeah.
That I learned like 3 days ago.
Nice. Thanks, internet.
So I think it's kind of funny that they're like, people went missing. And I'm like, yeah, like people just died then. So like, isn't that like, they were supposed to go somewhere and then they didn't show up there and you're like, oh, or like, it's just one of those things. I'm like, but how do you know they went missing versus like they just had a string of bad luck and died?
Yeah, and it's not like they're not responding to calls or texts. You just
They
get
don't
to a
get
place,
those.
yeah, and
They're
you're just like,
too
well, I
old.
guess they're not here. I guess we'll hang around for a while and then go home. I don't know. They're
Yeah.
missing. Yeah, and it's like it's also that time when like there are plenty of people who like there's it's estimated that there are so many active serial killers at the moment, like all the time, and it's like they just don't get caught. They're that good. And it's like we have people killing other people, not getting caught this day and age. But back in the day, it was just like you could push someone off a cliff and just fucking walk away.
And you're like, oops,
Yeah. Yeah.
darn.
Oh, John's gone? Oh, no. Why do I have more money now? I don't know what you're talking
No
about.
idea.
It has nothing to do with him falling off a cliff, I'll tell you that for sure.
Rich
Yeah.
distant uncle died, gave me his money. I was
It's a
the
damn
only one in
shame.
the family he loved,
Yeah.
obviously.
Poor bastard John.
Shit happens.
It does.
But people did complain to the authorities, as they do, because
Yeah.
they had discovered that they were last seen at the Fisher's Inn. So they're
Okay.
like, this kind of seems suspicious. They're like, I've seen a few people disappear here. Maybe that's a little weird.
That was going to be my next question of like, well, how did they link it to the inn? But it's like, yeah, they went there and they never came back.
They went there and they never left. Maybe, I don't know.
It was just so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a lack of evidence, so they dropped it. And considering that people really liked the couple, that also is why they dropped it, because they're like, oh, it can't be them.
Pillar of
liked.
Yeah, the immunity of the pillar of the community.
There's no way they could do that. No way.
No.
Oh,
they run the inn. You guys, it can't be them. They run the inn. Okay? They put us on the map 6 miles out of town.
There's no way it was them.
No way.
No way.
Where was this again?
It's in Charleston,
Oh,
South Carolina. I don't do a great Southern accent, so it just it seems like when people talk about pillars of the community, I think of like a small Midwest town.
Yeah, well, that's the mayor over there. Yeah, he's also the one. He makes a hot dish for the community potluck every week. He's a nice gent.
See, that's the kind of community I think of.
Then someone leans over and like, where did all the Midwesterners come from? What, this is fucking South Carolina. What the fuck? Why are they so much of our community? Why do we elect a Midwestern mayor? What the hell's going on? I don't even think the Midwest exists in this time period. What the fuck's going on?
It doesn't.
Jesus Christ.
Not in the eyes of the early Americas.
They don't even have a concept of the Midwest yet.
Early 1800s.
They're like, the shoreline's as good as it gets. We're going to stay here in the original 13. We're fine.
Yeah. But Lavinia was known to be very charming, and more particularly with the men that came and stayed.
Ah.
So she would wine and dine with them. And, as one does when they're being charmed by a beautiful woman and she's, providing them with lots of libations.
Indeed.
There's still a little too much information, so they'd start to talk about their money, what they're doing, where they're going, that type of thing.
Right. Because they want to sound impressive, and they're like, you think I'm spending a lot now? Well, wait till I get back from my deed hearing or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know money things.
I don't know in this time.
An inheritance. They're about to get a huge inheritance.
So it is during that she would excuse herself for a little bit of time and come back with a poisoned cup of tea. And she would give them the tea and then send them off for the night in their room.
An inheritance, you say? My dear gentlemen, I do believe this calls for a little nip of tea, wouldn't you? Yeah. Honey, get the awesome. Get the whiskey ready.
And it is a little unclear as to whether the tea killed them or more just put them into like a deep sleep.
Oh, okay.
I think it is more along the lines of it would put them to sleep.
Yeah.
During which her husband would then go into the room, rob them blind, and beat them nearly to death.
Oh, God.
Not entirely. Because there was a trapdoor under the bed.
They Sweeney Todded him?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, it's horrible, but it's very inventive for back then. Holy shit. They were doing it real old school. Like, that's old school for, like, in their time, that is old school. They're like, we're going to Sweeney Todd him, except instead of a baba chair, we're going to use a whole bed frame.
Yep, so they would open up to a pit with spikes at the bottom. And they're drugged, so...
They didn't just Sweeney Todd him, they Mortal Kombated him, too. Holy shit. They Sweeney Kombated him. That's fucking sick. Although, I mean, I would imagine you'd have to clean that out at some point.
Well, so they had like secret passages and like that under the hotel, which is also where people believed they buried the bodies.
Under the hotel,
everything. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I suppose you just keep digging graves and they just keep getting deeper. And I mean, that seems really irresponsible.
It does, and you know, being a small area, people talk.
Mm-hmm.
They do. And the rumor mill started spreading things around about the Fishers. So after some time, a few men got fed up and, you know, weren't about it. So they decided they will make a vigilante group and like go to the Fishers and stop this tomfoolery.
Yeah, this chicanery. We ain't about none of this know-how, no good Buster Keatoning.
They can't have this in their town. Not in this town.
We can't have this 6 miles out of our town.
Yeah, which I feel like there is nothing worse than a group of vigilantes in this time.
Yeah, literal torches and pitchforks and stuff, and they're like,
just fucking burn the house down.
Hey, yeah, we don't care about like the law or evidence. Yeah. We hear tell of people disappearing from your establishment, and that bitch is gonna die. Like, we gonna burn it to the ground, and then we're gonna just leave your corpses there.
Yeah, and it is not entirely known what exactly went down with the group, but they got there. I don't know if they just talked with them or if they did like a stakeout type of thing. Okay. I definitely picture a stakeout trying to stay there and see what happens, and then nothing happened, and they're like, okay, well, maybe we were wrong.
I do love the idea of, because like we were talking about pitchforks and torches and stuff, I was thinking of an entire huge angry mob, and I love the idea of them being like, let's go get him, yeah, and then they just knock
that witch,
yeah, get her out of here, and they just are like, hey guys, so we got the whole town's here, we just wanted to talk. Have you been disappearing, folks? Because
you've been unaliving them.
Yeah, we also can't help but notice there's quite a smell. It seems to be emanating from the basement.
It is hefty.
Yeah, you guys, we also know you don't have a basement, so that's extra weird. So can we chat or what's up?
Yeah, I want to say it was maybe like 6 or 7 men. So not like a huge group of people.
Right. It's not quite the mob I'm envisioning, but it's like you said, a group of vigilantes bent on protecting the area.
Yes. Protect the children.
Yeah.
Although they did... Okay.
I don't know where she thinks she always needs to go, but now she's coming back. All right. Well, the door's open if she wants to go.
It's just because she knows the world exists outside of it, but she's not sure what.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly that. Like if you leave the door open, she's content to just lay down. But if you close the door, she's like, well, now I don't have the option. She's like, it's not that it's not that I want to leave. I just want to be able to.
Yeah. They do that.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. So they did have one guy stay behind, and that was David Ross, who was then attacked the following morning.
I was right before you said that. I was about to say the fact that he gets named is either a really good thing or a really bad thing. poor Mr. Ross. It turned that corner real quick. He was attacked the next morning.
He was grabbed by two men, beaten, and dragged before the two men that attacked him, and both of the Fishers. And he looked to Lavinia thinking that like something would happen and that like she was gonna help him.
Right. He's looking for sympathy. Like he's at that point where his eyes are darting back and forth and he
like
can't
recognizes her and he's like, help me.
Lavinia, you gotta get me out of here. I was attacked by these vagabonds.
So she choked him and then smashed his head through a window.
Oh, Lavinia. Why?
So he
smashed his head through a window. So they're upstairs in the inn. You know, it is kind of amazing that they were able to keep this going for so long. I mean, did they have like one room?
I don't know how many rooms they had. I don't think it was a lot.
I would imagine how many of those beds are you going to make? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just ka-chunk all of them into the... You get up in the morning and you're just like... Yeah, it's like you're a farmer and you're like, I gotta go feed the hogs, except your morning routine is like just dropping the bodies into the basement.
Yeah, so somehow he was able to escape and immediately alerted the authorities, in which they're like, well, like, we don't know how true your story is because like it's your word against theirs, basically.
You motherfuckers, do you see my eye hanging from the socket? Yeah.
Do you not see my face?
That eye doesn't work anymore. The only thing it sees is the last thing that it saw, which was my head going through their window. I'll take you to the broken window. It's still there. With parts of my body. There is flesh. Oh, you guys suck in this era. The past sucks.
Yep. And it was around this same time that they had a traveler, John Peoples, who is from Georgia. Charleston.
Very good.
Yes,
I am of the people and for the peoples, and my last name is Peoples.
Peoples.
I'm just a simple southern lawyer, happen to be coming through 6 Mile Town, and I will justify and rectify any kind of negative goings-ons among this town. Well, this looks like a nice little inn. I think I'll stay here.
Yep. So he stopped to see if they had room at the inn, which they did not. But Lavinia invited him in for some tea and a hot meal because she's like, you know, he's been traveling for so long. He can at least, you know, kick his feet up for a bit, relax a little.
She gets that dark look on her face and she's like, well, there's always room for one more. Would you care for some tea, good sir?
So she did her usual whining and dining.
Classic.
And he found her company so pleasant that he was ignoring the weird glances that her husband was giving him. I think he was really giving him a once-over, but like 8 times. How much money does this guy have?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much money does this guy have? Is this going to be worth it?
Stroking his beard and wringing his hands in the corner, and he's like, boy, that sure does look like a fancy watch chain he's got on there. My goodness, is that ascot trimmed in gold? Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's like, your husband sure is the odd fellow, isn't he?
Yeah, and During their conversation, Lavinia excused herself to get him some tea.
Of course.
Although our friend John was not fond of tea, but he didn't want to be rude.
Oh.
So when she wasn't looking, he dumped the tea out and like pretended that he drank it.
Ooh, okay, shifty, crafty.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea was that he dislikes tea so much he won't even feign like a sip. He's just like, oh, very good tea. Spit it like he wasn't even
Toss it over the shoulder.
Yeah,
Ooh, wonderful. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not like in the movies where they suspect a poisoning or something like that, or they're trying to not get drunk.
Like
yeah, he dislikes the beverage just by itself. He's like, well, that's okay. Ooh, no, this was very good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mind that puddle over there.
Yes. She then escorted him to his room because, magically a room opened
I was just going to say, that's... What do you know?
What do you know? We do have a room after all.
Looking at our...
Why don't you come inside and kick your feet up?
Taking one more look at our very expansive and detailed accounting books, it seems we do have an opening. My mistake, good sir.
And while he was then in his room alone, he started to think that maybe everything he told her was not a good idea.
Oh, no.
He may have given too much information and he might get robbed.
I definitely should not have mentioned the jewels that I always carry around with me. Why do I carry all those jewels with me?
Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that I travel alone only.
Definitely should not have brought up that I invented the iPad. Indeed. What a time in which I live.
Yeah.
Everything is so anachronistic.
So he decided to sleep on a wooden chair in the corner of the room instead of on the bed in case they tried to rob him.
But I don't quite understand why that would change the... I mean, I guess...
Well, then he's not falling into as deep of a sleep, so if there's noise, it'll startle him more.
Yeah, he's inventing a sort of one eye open scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I guess
that's
that
like
makes
what
sense.
he's trying to do is he's worried about getting robbed, so he's like, okay, I'll sleep on the chair because I won't actually sleep. So if something happens, I can at least kind of be ready for it.
I would use the chair to bar the door, and then I would maybe sleep on the floor if I was that suspicious or something.
Yeah.
Sleep in a chair. Ugh. Well, to each their own.
Yeah. So then he dozed off for a bit until he heard some loud noises.
Oh, no.
And he woke him up. And he then noticed that the bed he would have been sleeping in disappeared into a deep hole under the floor.
Gadzooks! Well, that's not proper at all.
So he grabbed his stuff and he left through the window.
Oh, smart. Good. Yeah, fuck the staircase. No, I'm going out. Fuck that.
Smart.
Oh my god.
So he, left through the window, grabbed his horse, and went straight to the police.
Another good call.
In which, considering that they now had another story outside of David Ross's story, they could actually arrest the Fishers and their two accomplices.
Well, that first guy that got beat up and whatnot had that hanging eyeball. I don't know if that's enough.
I don't know.
What a rich, even deeper Southerner coming along saying that they're trying to get one over on him? Well, now, this is too much, I say.
Well, and it could be that because David Ross was from town that, they thought that he could have had, a feud going with the Fishers.
Sure. Yeah, he's...
And, was trying to, have something happen to them that's, maybe not necessarily true.
That does kind of... Yeah, no, I can see how, especially... their perception would be of this very learned, esteemed out-of-towner. They're like, he wouldn't have any reason to...
he doesn't know these people.
Right. He's like, I was just staying in town up there, or staying at this inn. Holy shit, they dropped it. And that story, too.
Dad, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on up there exactly, but I decided to sleep in the chair. Why isn't important? We can go over that later. I'm telling you, I woke up and the bed was in the basement. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Okay, I had a few drinks, but that's not the point. She tried to give me tea. I don't like tea. I drink whiskey. I'm a southern gentleman. And then they're like, well, okay, maybe there's something to this. The first guy's story didn't involve a collapsing bed, but this is intriguing shit. We might have to check this out.
So with that, they then searched the grounds of the inn, in which they found secret passageways and items belonging to dozens of travelers. So they robbed them.
Oh my god, yeah.
They found a mechanism beneath the bed and a decent amount of human remains.
Oh my god.
And they found a tea laced with an herb that could put someone to sleep for hours.
Oh, okay.
So they arrested Lavinia and her husband and brought them to the old jailhouse.
Nice.
In which they waited for a year before their trials.
Wow. Oh my god. That's a long time.
It is a long time. That's a long time to be sitting in a jail just to have a trial.
Well, and especially
in this day, like this time.
Yeah, that really seems like a lynch mob kind of situation would have gotten to them, where they're like, this has, I mean, after like a month, and they're like, you haven't even like started the proceedings? Well, we're killing them, because fuck those guys. They suck. Especially since they seemingly have a cup of evidence that positively runneth over when they're like, well, let's see, we have this oddly collapsible bed. They've got strange tunnels, again, underneath a building that, as far as we knew, didn't have a basement. Why are there Mortal Kombat spikes down here with still like clumping human remains? Like, we told you should have cleaned those out every so often. But no, it took a year.
It took a year in which both of them pleaded not guilty.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Opening shots.
Yeah, because of their crimes, the Fishers had to stay in jail until their trial, but their two co-conspirators were released on bail until they had their trial, which that is all I've heard about their co-conspirators. No idea who they are, what happened to them.
Interesting.
But the jury did find both of them guilty of highway robbery, which was considered a capital offense and punishable by hanging.
Good enough. I mean, we don't necessarily have to find them of murder. They do have a weird pit in the basement, but we technically can't prove that they killed them. But
someone else could have killed them.
It's possible. Perhaps they're two co-conspirators, of whom, of course, we simply let go.
I know.
They could have dropped them into the basement. These two fine, upstanding pillars of our community, they simply robbed people. Oh, what? That also comes with hanging? Well, fuck it then.
Well.
Hang them. Yeah. We do have all the shit they stole, so screw it. Yeah, let's get them to the gallows.
And during their time in jail, they were housed together, which does not happen.
No, that doesn't make any... Well, jails were smaller then.
That's true. They were smaller. There were less people in them, I think.
Exactly.
For the most part. But during that time, they planned an escape together.
Nice.
And they weren't like super heavily monitored and guarded, so they're like, yeah, we could totally make this work.
Yeah.
So their cell was on like the second level. So they made a rope with the linens.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
They're like literal old school cartoon villains.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Linens climbing out the window. So they put their plan into place on September 13th, in which John made it out, but then the rope broke before Lavinia could climb down.
Oh,
so she was stuck up there.
Oh, shit.
And because he was not willing to leave her behind, he brought himself back to jail.
Oh my God.
And then they were heavily watched after that and could not escape.
Oh, like
Yeah.
they're clearly not the heroes of this tale, but that is still very
Well,
sweet.
it is very sweet that he wasn't just like, bye, and then just like
Yeah,
took off.
the couple that kills
Although,
together hangs together.
I say, although maybe things could have turned out differently if he had done that. But we'll get to that in a second.
He should have left. Like the smart play in terms of them potentially getting out of there is he needs to leave and like regroup, but
Yeah,
touching. I mean, it's very sweet.
it
Stupid,
is.
but sweet.
And it was during their time in jail that her husband started getting counseled by a minister and, you know, turned to God and became a Christian. And
Bad timing.
you know, I feel like it happens in prison a lot. People find
Sure,
God.
yeah. Mm.
So, you know, he was like kind of coming to terms with death.
Right. I just see
And
him in the corner like, no, 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 no. We were both still on board for let's get the fuck out of here, not let's
yeah.
find absolution and accept our fate. That's not what we do. We're criminals. We gotta get out of
So
this.
it was also during this time that they had a law that married women could not be put to death. So
Oh, you're
Lavinia thought she
right.
was safe like this whole time. She's like, I'm gonna get pardoned. Like, so like if he had just escaped, he would have
Yeah.
lived. So they couldn't hang her because she's married.
Okay, I think I've heard the end of this. And
Oh,
I
probably.
love the twist at the end.
Yep.
That's her. Yeah. So he's finding God and accepting fate, and she's
Yep.
like, well, whatever, as long as he's getting holy help, I'll be fine.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not going down for this, basically.
Right. Or at the very least, yeah, I may be convicted of this crime and sent to jail forever or whatever, but I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll find a way out. I'll have time. I'll have a whole sentence to find my way out.
So when the day of their hanging came, John prayed with his minister. He read a letter to like the 2,000 people who showed up, which is a lot of people.
Oh, wow. That is a lot of people.
So
is this at a trial or the hanging itself?
The hanging.
Oh, okay. No, I take it back. That was television back in the day.
Going on, so it was entertainment.
Yeah, they're like, what? There's a hanging today? Oh, we gotta get down there before we miss it.
Yeah. So he still insisted that he was innocent, but read a letter to them asking for mercy and apologizing for those he had wronged. And then they hung him.
Yeah.
So that's also why they hung John first, is because of this law. Mm-hmm. So now Lavinia's a widower. Or she's a widow. So she's technically not married anymore. So
do you like the idea that they're like, yeah, and I've definitely heard the ending of that. I love the idea that they're essentially, or I can imagine her just being real shitty about it. Which is like, yeah, you caught me, but you can't do anything. Ha ha ha.
Basically.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, not for long. And she's like, wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah. So it was up until like she was put on the platform that she thought she was going to be pardoned. And I think it was in that after her husband was then hanged and she now is up there, she's like, oh shit. Well, obviously that's not happening.
And they're like, well, Lavinia, we don't normally hang women who especially so recently lost their husbands. But coincidentally, you are not a married woman anymore. Yeah. So, since we're all here, we got another rope.
Yeah. She like kicked and screamed getting brought up to that platform. She was not having it.
Lavinia, go with some dignity, please.
So then she had her moment in front of the crowd in which she said, if you have a message for the devil, tell me now, for I shall be seeing him shortly. And then jumped off the platform so they could not do it.
That I do remember. For all the creepy, crazy shit she's done, that is a badass way to go out.
It
Even
is. She
even
went
with
on her own terms.
yeah, even with the kicking and screaming, I'm like, if you've got a message for the devil, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's a me. That's pretty badass.
Oh yeah.
Again, I know she's not the hero of the story, but
Well,
that
I mean,
particular
we
moment
knew that.
is right.
So that was that. And Lavinia was buried in a potter's field near the old city jail. They did have it for a while that they're like, oh, she's buried like in this place over here to like attract more tourism. And then
Oh, right.
people found out that was a lie, and they're like, oh, you can't
sons
say
of
that to
bitches.
people.
Yeah,
You can't do that.
she's still ripping us off. From the grave, she's stealing money from us.
Yeah.
Although I suppose then it's going into the coffers of the city or what have you.
Yeah.
Did it say anything about where he was buried? Was he in the same?
John is just like a bystander of the story. Lavinia is the star.
Right. Should have sided with the devil, John. That's what gets you etched in stone, bro.
Yeah. Although it is believed that Lavinia haunts the Charleston old jailhouse, and tourists claim to see her ghost. It was immediately following her death, people were reporting seeing her in the jail cell that she was in.
And just stewing, just pissed. She's like,
Yeah.
I can't fucking believe that this worked out this way. This is insane.
And then after the Great Earthquake of 1886, people then started seeing her in other parts of the neighborhood and around town. So, it took an earthquake to move her.
Yeah, well,
apparently.
It was less seeing her spirit and more just the earthquake was so violent that it shifted her remains a bunch of times. So like, it's Lavinia Fisher? Oh shit, she's out of her grave, she's moving around. And they're like, no, it's just the earthquake. Boy, she's not looking good.
And there was an episode of Ghost Hunters where they visited the old Charleston jail, in which one of the cameramen was scratched while they were filming. And I want to say this guy was a skeptic, so I feel like you kind of have to be a skeptic to be a cameraman on one of those shows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he was like, shit, like something scratched me, and like you can see it on camera in the dark.
That's
like,
pretty badass.
That sucks, dude.
If we ever do like a ghost tour, we should definitely go there. I want to go see that jail.
I'm gonna be so scared the whole time.
It's all right. We'll bring a cameraman. She likes to go after cameraman.
I'll have my own personal cameraman.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. We'll bring a few, and we're only going to pay for one of them to actually be filming, but we just want the other two as like decoys. And then
I'll just bring Gabriel as like my emotional support human.
And then just give him a camera. And then just tell him like, look, just get some B-roll. Just hang over there. Don't mind these fellas. We hired these guys for the day.
About it though.
Oh no, exactly. He would totally go with it. And then I'd feel bad. Because I'm like, look, we each hired one cameraman, but I'm like, I feel like we need a third one just to kind of keep things loose, just make sure that we're keeping her on her toes. And then Gabe would go down first, and I'd feel really bad. I'd be like, son of a bitch. And I'm like, now we still have to pay these guys.
He would take it as an opportunity to like fuck with me the whole time and like jump out around corners. Just like stuff like that.
Now I'm even more on board.
I feel like that would happen.
That's great.
And I did see that they were visited by Ghost Adventures as well. So Zach Baggins and his crew.
Baggins is back, baby!
And I couldn't find any other info on this show other than like where to watch it on History Plus, which I don't have.
Yeah.
So maybe one of these days.
One of these days. Whenever we get like Supreme podcast money, we'll be able to get History Plus.
I will watch History Plus, and I will watch all of the Ghost Adventures.
And then Ancient Aliens.
I'll watch Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, Ancient Aliens, Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Whatever else is on the Discovery Plus platform.
There's got to be at least a short run series on the Loch Ness Monster.
Probably. I know they have one about the Alaska Triangle.
The what now?
The Alaska Triangle, which is like the Bermuda Triangle, but in Alaska, and it moves.
I smell another episode. We should do a triangle episode.
Just triangles.
Yeah, I don't mean
isosceles. This is an equilateral.
My favorite is one that's sort of almost a rhombus because it's got all these weird, wacky sides. Sorry, I didn't know where else to go after isosceles and right. You took the good ones. You took the good ones off the bat. Yeah, you could do a right. Nobody likes the right triangle. Equilateral's where it's at. Isosceles if you're out. And then fucking right triangle people. That right triangle is the one that doesn't get into the club. That's all I'm saying. In like, if there was like a dance club of geometry,
there's another triangle that we are forgetting about.
Exactly. That's the really sad one that just
the sad triangle.
Yeah. He's not even in line. See, at least right triangle gets to go in line and gets dismissed at the club. That other triangle, which will not be named, is just like, oh,
no,
I'm an obtuse triangle. I have two really small points and then a one big one on the top, and I stay real close to the ground.
Maybe that's what it's called. I don't know.
I don't think. I was just thinking of the name of the angle.
You know, I have not taken a math class in like 11 years, so
you should check it out. It's pretty great. It's only us super nerds will pay to take a classic algebra class when we're in college.
I did not need it, so I chose not to do it.
I also did not need it, which is why I had to pay extra for it.
Oh my god! It wasn't like an extracurricular class. No,
I'm pretty sure. No, in fact, no. I ended up essentially being the teacher's assistant, which in hindsight is I should have gotten like money off for doing that because I was technically providing a service.
Yeah, you should have not had to pay for it.
No, it was actually a high school program thing. So the whole idea was that it was, you know, the classic is like Math 101 or English 101.
Yeah.
This was Algebra 79. It was sub 100. I took it because I was annoyed with my other classes and I wanted one that made me feel smart.
That's
and
fair.
I aced it. I aced the shit out of it. But that's because it was basic algebra.
That's fair.
It was fun though.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is our episode today.
Hooray! We did it. Well, she sounds like not a very nice person and got the appropriate comeuppance that was coming to her.
Yeah, that is about accurate.
Speaking of appropriate comeuppance, I am not sure how I feel about vanilla ice cream and pickles. First of all,
I don't like it. I'm going to just tell you that right now. I don't like it.
I was going to say, I still stand by my decision to not make them one thing. And we're going to have to talk to Sammy about this to get more details. But just to reiterate, did you like cut up the pickles into little like slices?
They were sliced. I got like the bread and butter pickles and just placed them on top. So it wasn't like in the ice cream, but because then I figured I could like get some ice cream with it underneath.
Sure. Oh.
But I don't like it.
I don't. To be fair, in her defense, I bought these pickles. The skin on these pickles. These are Stump's garlic dill pickle spears, which I actually do quite enjoy. They're a little.
I feel like they'd be good, just like with a sandwich or.
Yeah, well, and
they're good in a potato salad.
Oh fuck! Oh, these are the fuck yeah! These are the pickles. You goddamn right. Because it's got a decent amount of garlic in it. My only real dislike of just these pickles themselves is they're actually kind of sweet. And I am not a sweet pickle fan. But more than that, not really a comment on the pickles or this company itself. I bought these, I just realized, like, maybe a month and a half ago. And generally,
Yeah.
pickles stay pretty good, but I can only describe the skin that's on these pickles as dusty. When I ate them, it was like tasting dust. And I think they're just too old. And that's on me. So, I remember buying them and taking a few out of the jar right away, and they were pretty good. But
Yeah.
I think I might throw the rest of these away. So that definitely didn't help the pairing.
No.
But either way, I will give these pickles a 5. The vanilla ice cream is, I think, Blue Bonnet. It's a 9. It's not quite my favorite, but it's very creamy. It's very delicious. The pairing together is a 1.
Yeah.
I do not think that they complement each other well.
No.
And I'm sorry, Sammy. I don't know.
Bread and butter pickles. I probably would give them about a 6 because I'm not a huge pickle person, but I like them.
Sure.
I got Tillamook vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's
like a solid 10.
Yeah,
always that's delicious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Without a doubt.
But together, no. One star.
I do also wonder too, because I didn't actually see her recommendation. I heard about it from you. I can only imagine she gave that recommendation with a lot of enthusiasm. And in that kind of sense of like,
I pictured was yes, pickles and a vanilla ice cream. Absolutely yes.
Have I got a treat for you? I know it sounds weird. Hear me out.
Trust me.
Get yourself some those butter, the butter chip like sandwich or burger pickles, and you just slap that shit right on top of a bowl of ice cream. You will thank me later. And I am sorry, but no, thank you. No.
No,
I
love you, Sam, but why?
Why would you? I mean, certainly interesting. Interesting.
The it's. I feel like the enthusiasm is to the level of when you tell people to do Frosty and French fries, and you dip the French fries in the Frosty. I mean, like that's like the level of enthusiasm you get with this.
I was thinking of the same kind of enthusiasm when someone
food profile.
When someone starts a new diet or like a workout thing, or like they're like, I just started going vegan. It has changed my life. CrossFit. Yeah, exactly. You guys, you have to. You have to do
CrossFit. Oh my god.
I just dipped my pickle in vanilla for the first time. Life changing. Seriously, you guys.
It is. I can see how it would make sense as a pregnancy craving just because it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I have heard from other people, they just eat weird things because that is what their body says I need.
Yeah, I think my mom
there's
craved...
no rhyme or reason as to why that is what happens.
Pickles seem to come up a lot. I think my mom, when she was pregnant with me, and maybe my brother as well, I think it was pickles and peanut butter a lot.
That is an interesting combination.
Yeah. And again, I don't recall if it was mixed together in any way or if it was just like jar of pickles, peanut butter with bread or something. But I remember thinking that and just like, I mean, again, I like both of those things. I don't know how I would like them together.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'm asking my mom if she had any because I don't know if she did.
Okay. Well,
I'm curious now.
If you have any suggestions for us, you can email us at peculiarpairingspod@gmail.com or send us a message on Twitter at peculiarpairpod, or check us out on Instagram at peculiarpairingspod, and check us out on Patreon. Why not?
Yes, we're all over the place.
Has she texted you back yet? I don't know how quick she is. Okay.
She's distracted with the baby, probably.
Oh yeah, it's hard to blame her for like doing grandma stuff,
I know.
and he's just so goddamn cute.
He's. Oh, she said nope.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I thought she was gonna.
I was hoping for something. No.
No,
Okay.
no, just a simple no, and that's it too. It was just nope.
Nope.
Okay.
That was it. Nope. Nothing else.
Not even like a why are you asking or what the fuck?
Well,
Just
I said
nope.
that we were talking about it, so she
Oh,
didn't
okay.
question that.
Well, then that answers all the questions for the evening.
It does. And
Well,
you know,
thank you so much for the story, Celine. It was
you're
great.
welcome.
And I like the idea that the U.S. had its own Sweeney Todd pair at some point. Not quite as elegant as like baking people into meat pies, but it's how Mortal Kombat got its beginning, and that's something to be celebrated.
Yeah. It is quite a story, and I feel like I should state now before we sign off that a lot of people think it might be more of a legend than truth.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Lavinia was a real person. She did run an inn. How and if they offed people, questionable. They definitely robbed them though. They definitely robbed people.
I think the things that are easiest to believe without a doubt are the not necessarily poisoned, but again like spiked tea that would make them pass out, and the robbing.
Robbing them. Yeah.
Robbing for sure. It does get a little extreme when you first of all mention that he beats the shit out of them. And then
kill them.
Right, specifically. Yes, specifically wants to leave them alive so that he can pull a lever, I assume, somewhere to
at that point just finish the job.
Exactly. And then the little cherry on top of the bed of spikes. I'm like, why? That's if you've already just beat them literally to death.
And then just drop the body down a pit. Yeah.
Or
they could have done that. That could actually have been what happened.
But yeah, no, I can see. I went along with the whole story, but when you mentioned that, like, a lot of it could be seen as just an urban myth or whatever, or a legend, like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Easy to believe that they were running this in and doing some nefarious stuff. The rest of it, this exceptional bed design and spike pit is maybe a bit too much.
Maybe a little far, but figured I should say it before we sign off.
No, that's fair. Either way, a great story.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope you all enjoyed it.
Did. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, goodbye.
Bye-bye.